hey everybody, this is Kelly Orchard and Mustang Monday, and this is my friend Liz Jones from Liz Jones Real Estate, right?
Well, actually, we call it Jones Realty Group.
The Jones Realty Group
With Keller Williams.
With Keller Williams.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to start over, or you want to stay with that?
We could do that. It doesn't matter. This is cool.
No, I like it.
Yeah,
It's like,
all right, yeah,
it's
let's
just like we're gonna seem like we're ad-libbing in live because that's what we do.
do.
But you're also an experienced marketing and video person.
Well, I'll tell you, I have to give credit to where credit's due. I've got a team that helps me with my marketing, but I do come from a marketing background.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did before I did real estate.
Yeah.
Is I had a marketing company.
Yeah.
So I used to do direct mail marketing, and video was somewhat of a new concept for me last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I started out doing what everybody does, which is just like kind of one-on-ones, and it's like, it's all about me.
Yeah.
And I got bored to tears, and I said, what
Talking
value?
about you?
Yeah.
All the time?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I said,
this is what
value?
I do. Yeah.
Who the heck cares?
what
right,
I do.
Exactly. So really had to really dig deep and say, how do I bring value to people? So I was coming into meeting people like yourself, whether it's through Rotary or Professional Women's Roundtable or just going out to these networking groups, and I was meeting great people with great products, great services,
and great stories.
And great stories.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, look, I've got to have them into my studio, and I'm going to interview them.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did.
Yeah.
And so through that, it seems to be something in demand. Now I have people asking me to do them. So
Well, I find the same thing, which is why I love that we're doing this together, is because I recorded one with you, and now you're recording one with me. And I was just sharing with you before I turned on the camera that I've recorded one with another person that does video marketing, and I was on a podcast. And I think that in today's world, in this society of social media, it's I don't want to call it a necessary evil, but it almost is.
It is.
You have to have that video presence now.
And I was so intimidated by it. I hate what I look like. Sorry, I hate what I look like.
I always have issues with my hair. What is yours?
Everything.
Yeah.
Fat arms.
Yeah, we all got. He's like, and you're a petite thing too, and it's
I'm sitting
by
up
no
on a
means,
box.
and by no means are you fat in any way. But I just want to point that out. We all have those issues. We
do.
all have something, and it's like, and the point is like, what would you say? Get over it.
Get over it. And
Get
that's
over
what
it.
I had to. I mean, I've got somebody that's young on my team doing my marketing, that's Will, and he's doing an awesome job. And I'll be honest with you, he came to me and he said, Liz, we got to do this. And I'm like, no.
I'm not ready yet.
No.
Yeah.
But, you know, I got with the program. It took me about 4 months to get over my issues and to say,
Okay, so it took you 4 months to get over the issues, but were you still recording videos?
We were.
And are you still using them?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
But it's not the first ones. The first ones are like archived and like, okay, that was me before.
Right. Yeah. But I think that's really important to let people know of is when you're starting something new, no, you're not going to be excellent at it.
No.
You're going to, and I think that I would hope that people are forgiving of that and grow with you.
Well, there's a lot of giggles that come from it too. I mean,
the bloopers. Hello.
Yeah. I know. In fact, who was it? Oh, it was one of the people in my coaching group, and we were having a Facebook post contest. You know, post something on Facebook, and who gets the most likes, and the other people have to send a $50 gift out to the losers or to the winners. So as it turns out, somebody on her team helped her with a blooper. She was tripping over something and ended up getting a zillion likes because she was a blooper.
Yeah.
And so people love that. It makes you real.
Yeah.
Right?
Either that or we just all love a good train wreck and we'll just like something to laugh at.
That's
but then
true.
I'm really always great for that fodder because I fall all the time.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah.
Like real fall?
I'm a faller.
You're a faller?
I'm a badass faller.
I'm a
I
dropper.
I'm a badass faller. Call yourself I'm a badass dropper. I drop. I want you to own it, and I want you to like look at it as I'm badass at that. That's something I do really good.
Sure.
Is fall down all the time. It's like you know me for any length of time, you will see me fall. Seriously.
Well, you gotta watch that as you get older, you know?
I know. It's getting
or
more
carry
and
a
more
pillow with you.
Yeah, it's getting more dangerous. I fall down. It's like I fall down, I get up, no problem.
Well, I had one fall, and it was this past year. And it was so funny. I fell off my high heel shoes.
Yeah, that's easy for me to do.
I broke my wrist.
You broke your wrist falling off your shoes?
Yeah. What happens is I came down and I put my hand out and I found a wall and snapped my wrist. Crazy, right? Well,
yeah.
It's okay. This is badass, you know.
Badass, see? It's like, see, you call yourself a badass dropper, a badass faller. If you put the word badass in front of anything that you do, it suddenly changes
Totally
the
cool.
whole meaning of it.
Totally.
Yeah.
It was really great. Well, how'd you start your videos? How'd you do these? I know that these guys probably heard it, but I don't think I heard
Okay,
it.
well, you mean the starting of Mustang Monday?
Yep.
It turned out was like, well, it's a Rotary friend who, I was complaining about this car. This is my second car. Actually, it's my first car. My second car is the grown-up one that I drive, but this one I've had it since it's a 2006, so I own this car, and it sits in my garage, and I've been trying to preserve it because at 13 years old, it only has 98,000 miles on it,
Nice.
and if you look at it, it's in really great shape. But part of that is I would forget to drive it and the battery kept dying. So every time I would want to drive it, I want to drive the Mustang, it was a really big challenge to get the battery jump started and all that. And so I was complaining about it, and I knew I had to buy a new battery because my son-in-law said the reason your battery dies is because you don't drive it. And my issue is I forget how long it's been that I drove it, so the battery dies. So it was like this round robin thing. And so my friend Laurel at Rotary said, why don't you do this? Drive it every Monday to Rotary, and then you'll remember when you drove it and you'll be prepared to drive it. Great idea. And then she started holding me accountable to drive it. So I had that backup. And so one day Rotary was dark. There was no meeting. It was a holiday. And but it was still Monday. And so I called up my friend and I said, well, it's still Mustang Monday. I'm going to drive the Mustang and come pick you up for lunch. So then I coined it Mustang Monday. Well, then I was studying marketing, like what are the trends for 2019? What is going on? And I knew video, and I'm no problem doing video. I do them from my PC, my office. Video, right? I do that. It's like with my radio personality background, it's like doing video was just like, oh, it's a camera instead of a microphone. Got it. No problem. And but I studied this one person that was saying it's got to be unique for you. Do something that only you can do.
Right.
Well, it's like, I got this Mustang, and I can drive it around, and I can talk about, and it's badass. So that's what started the Mustang Mondays, badass tips from the streets. It's like, well, if I'm going to drive it on Monday, I'm going to get people in the car with me, and we're going to record videos.
That's awesome.
And that's what happened. It's that simple, and it is that simple for just about anybody when you really allow yourself to think about how you're unique.
Absolutely.
And what you offer that's different. Even though you might, real estate is real estate, right? People can say real estate isn't every agent the same, or isn't every deal the same. No,
but I can tell you there's maybe 2 people in my office out of 118 agents that are doing video on a consistent basis. 2, and
you and one other person,
and that's fine, but it's what value you can bring in the video. Obviously, if you're entertaining, that's one value, okay? But if you're bringing information, there's lots of times where I have information, whether or not it's things like opportunity zones, or if it's changing interest rates, or if it's a great painter, or if it's Rotary, or if it's Field of Honor. Those are things that you want to know about. Yeah. And we have a couple seconds. Yeah. And we're all visual people right now. Nobody reads. So
isn't that crazy? I'm guilty of that too. I've noticed when I see a headline for something, it's like I'd rather see the comments or just show me a quick video real quick.
Yep. And
it's laziness, but it's like we can't avoid it.
Yeah.
We just don't avoid it.
Yeah. And I try to keep mine under 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and sometimes it runs a little bit long. Yeah. But right up front, I want people to be introduced. Right up front, I want people to say what's great about you. What's your value add to clients. And then if you log off, it's okay.
Yeah. Well, I understand. It's like there's algorithms and how long you can keep somebody.
I don't know any of that.
I know. It's like I was sharing with you just before we started. It's like I did a video with somebody who was telling me about all of that, and I've studied it and I learned it and I understand it. But the thing is that I don't have time to know all of it.
No.
It's kind of like
specialists.
That's why we have specialists, because it's like, sure, I could read everything about real estate and learn the laws and try to do my own deal, but gosh, I'd rather have a higher professional.
Just because you have other things you'd rather be doing.
Yeah,
totally.
Yes. Yeah, so. But the thing with marketing, it's like interesting that you say I keep my videos 3 to 4 minutes. I started out wanting to keep them 3 to 4 minutes, but then realizing the conversations were running longer, and I personally struggled to make a decision on what you just said was not as important as that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, no, I want to keep the whole conversation. Now, some people I have to edit out because the stories that we share are just like too long, not relevant. Yeah. But I love the tips from other people because I could sit here all day. Sure, I could just like spout off all that I know, but who cares about what I know?
One more thing.
Well, maybe they care.
Super, super important is consistency, and that's something you do on your Mustang
Monday. Yeah.
consistency.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, yeah, you're going to get some opt-outs. You know, people are going to say, please don't send it to me. But generally, those are people that don't know you, don't understand you, don't understand the value, and that's okay. You don't want them.
Or they got too busy. You know, it's like, honestly, it's like, this is an evolution for me, the marketing of what I do. Because, at first I started out with a completely different brand, Kelly Orchard. I was like, oh, look, I have it here. Kelly Orchard, with the apple a day, okay, with a blog.
I love it.
Okay. But it started out as an audio blog. I was using my voice over skills, and I created it as an audio blog. So it's 60 seconds on wisdom, success, and personal growth.
Nice.
And what I noticed was, and I would send it out. So there's like one a day. So it's like Kelly Orchard's apple a day. It's one a day, every day for a year.
Nice.
And people would sign up for them. But then, you know what? That daily email got to be almost too much.
Yeah.
So I knew that daily was too much.
Right.
Now the apple a day has evolved into other stuff. It's evolved into 3 or 4 books, 4 separate books with journal pages, because I realized that my clients were they were printing up the blog and writing their notes on it and then bringing it to me to discuss in therapy. And so I realized, okay, because I'm always encouraged journaling, so put them into a book. And now with podcasting, now they're all up as a podcast.
That's wonderful.
So,
See, I think
but this is how
awesome.
to repurpose your content.
Totally.
But I figured, like, okay, well, that is just me, and they are like a minute long.
Right.
So these ones I get to go longer and do them just once a week.
And these are really like a podcast. I mean, you could
totally. I could detach the audio and make these a podcast,
Absolutely.
and that is kind of the plan.
Right.
To repurpose that as well. But I love what you're talking about. Is it's getting other people involved in doing marketing with video. I think even what you and I essentially are also teaching is other people how to get on there and do video and get out of their comfort zones. And it's like in my early days of selling advertising, which I did, which was radio advertising for my family's radio station. And, some of the things that you learned early on are still applicable today.
Totally are.
Because some of the things that we would teach our clients is that, if your voice is on the commercial, the audience is going to connect with you more than if it's my voice.
Right.
Because I was the radio personality. They heard me all day. So we would
They zone it out.
Well, yeah, it's like, oh, here's Kelly again with another commercial, but you break it up with somebody else's voice.
Right, totally.
And so, even now it's like, and then in print they would say, put your picture on it. That's why real estate people put their picture on their business cards, because
we hate seeing ourselves on.
But
you see me,
but it makes you familiar.
Absolutely.
You're knowable to me.
Totally.
And now that's what you're doing with video by adding to it. So video is not hard for you now, but it was before.
Oh, it's totally hard.
And I love that because you stepped out of your comfort zone. You said, nope, I'm going to do this. Because you knew what it would do for you.
Everyone was saying that it was
video is going to be
video's
important. Yeah. So you had you owned a marketing company.
I did.
Years ago.
Right. Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Let's see. I'm in real estate here 6 years, so it's prior to that, and I've 30 years.
Okay.
So
why switch from the marketing company to the real estate?
I was going to retire, so I thought real estate, but I didn't retire.
It's like, I don't know. I think you have too much energy to ever retire.
Look at this. So I got to be on the cover of Real Producer magazine. Yeah, so I guess I didn't retire.
Yeah. Well, okay, so tell me about Real Producer. I'm not in real estate, so what's Real Producer magazine?
So Real Producer magazine happens to be a trade publication with all the real estate agents in Southwest Riverside, and they have them in other areas too, but we kind of measure ourselves. And we share tips and trades, and I used to write an article for them, which is their featured article for almost like a mastermind. And so for them, I'm one of the top 100 realtors in all of Southwest Riverside, and so they came to me and said, "Do you want to be in an article?" I said, "Heck yeah!"
Yes.
So, yeah.
We have to self-promote. I think that's another. It's so icky. The
It is
word
icky.
self-promotion.
It's so not the way I want to be.
No, me neither.
But what we're trying to do here with video is we're trying to say, okay, keep us in mind for when something part of your life needs us.
Yes.
But at the same time, here's value I hope that you don't mind taking away. And if you have a couple of minutes, we have a couple of minutes, we want to share something with you.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And for me, this is just fun. I just enjoy doing this.
Yeah.
It's fun. I love meeting people and having conversations, and I figure I might as well record it while we're having these chats and getting acquainted,
Love it.
Talk to each other.
I love it.
All right, so this is Liz Jones with Jones
Realty
I'm
Group.
sorry, I just know her as Liz.
That's okay. Jones Realty Group, Southern California, and at the same time, I work with Keller Williams, which is my broker.
There you go. And I'm Kelly Orchard, the Badass Certifier. Yes. And this is Mustang Monday. And we want to remind you, now you're going to say my tagline, so just repeat after me. Okay. We're going to remind you to be bold.
Be bold.
Be brave.
Be brave.
Be confident.
Be confident.
Be badass.
Badass.